Alright guys, let's talk about what I want to talk about today. Am I good at the game Yu-Gi-Oh? No. I guess that's all. Alright. Alright, so that's always one thing that is always brought up is, especially if you're a Yu-Gi tuber, are you good at the game? And like I said, no, I am not good at the game. So now I'm going to say a few excuses of why I'm not good at the game, and then I'm going to explain my mentality about the game. So, for my excuses is, one, I am not as much as into the game as I once was. When I first got back into it, or I was already playing, when I started YouTubing, so if you go back to my oldest videos of me just doing random duels online, that's when I was starting to learn. I was already playing for a few months before I started making videos. I was like, I can make videos, I have equipment to make videos, I'm gonna make videos. So I started making videos and I was really into the game, and then I really wanted to play meta. At the time, I didn't have the money to put into meta decks, so that's why I played non-meta. It's not that I was against meta, and I'm still not against meta. People just get that feeling because I like to play non-meta decks. And I'm going to explain that as well, why that, because if you don't play meta, you're not considered, good at the game. So, I don't like to play, so I was playing decks, I was into Dragon Rulers, because it was around that format I was really getting into it. Again, my decks that I were playing were slowing down. I was learning more about the game. And then my Yu-Gi tubing were kind of going on. It wasn't really getting any views, but I would still make a video once every good while. And then Nim Nim found my videos and whatever, and then I got more into the game. But then about a year and a half ago, I just lost interest, and I even made a video saying I quit a while back, and I don't know why I exactly did that, because I kind of knew I would have come back to the game, even though in my video I said I wasn't. That video is now unlisted, or privated. But when you lose interest, you get rusty. I know people are going to be like, oh, well, I can play whenever I can, and I'm just as good. I understand your feels. I get rusty. So, I also get game nervous, if that makes sense. So, if I'm just playing a friendly game, no barriers or stipulations, I get not like nervous, like, oh god. It's more like you second guess yourself for the right moves because you don't want to lose. And I do that. I'm guilty as charged. I do that, and then I don't play as well. In SEMO's tournament, I sucked. But I knew I could do better. Everybody else gets a generalized idea of how you do, but I could have done a lot better, and not because I'm saying, oh, because I'm great, because I'm not. I'm just saying I could have done better. Not saying I'm pro, just better. But it's also those things before his tournament. It was just, I was already losing a lack of interest in the game. I didn't really keep up on the most meta things at the time, and it's just like, I wasn't really in the mood. Like, I would play, but I didn't play on Death Pro like I have been now for months, where I actually just play for fun. But that's what I'm getting to. So, about losing. People are like, oh, you're a loser, you lose and you're not good at the game because you suck. Listen, I don't know what mentality of a world you grew up in, but losing is a part of life. You can't win at everything. Patrick Hoban, no offense to him, do not know him at all, so this is me just saying shit just off topic. I'm just using him as an example. But I guarantee if you knew him like a best friend, knew everything about him about his childhood, I bet he lost at a lot of shit. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Just happened to be his thing. That's just life. If you can't accept losing, then you're a fucking loser. That's the real part of this whole thing. So, if you can't accept losing, you are personally a loser, because if you can accept the loss that sometimes will happen in the game, then you are, it doesn't even matter, it have to be Yu-Gi-Oh! You're a better person, or not a better person, that's not the way to put it. You have more respect for yourself. I can't put out what I want to say, but I think you're feeling me, alright? But, for an example, I grew up in an area around, I'm not going to say exactly, but I grew up around friends and people in school that, whether it's sports or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Beyblades or whatever, airsoft, paintball, there was always somebody that had it better than me. Either when we were younger, I didn't have the money to get the best equipment, or what. I learned to accept losing. A lot of those people may not have. I mean, there's people that I know when I was even in like high school that would cry if they got a B+ on their test. Like, it's a B+. Yes, I understand if you root for A's, but a B+ isn't gonna hurt you. Like, I know people have certain goals, and it differs, but like, being that upset about things is not great for any mentality. And it makes everything not fun. If you're not out there to win something, and if you don't win and you're that terribly upset and crying, or you have to buy everything and win completely, then it just takes the fun out of it, and I like to play things because it's fun. I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's fun. That's why I enjoy the card game, enjoy the strategy, and enjoy the nostalgia of my childhood of a better time before school, college, and responsibilities. Another example, and this kind of thing, is why I have the mentality that I do about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or just things in life and why I'm okay with losing, is there's one group of people that will use cheat codes or put the game on easy difficulty or anything to beat the game and enjoy it for its story and say that they beat it. That's fine. I do that on some games too. But I'm more the group of people that want to make it as challenging as possible and be okay with dying in a video game thousands of times to beat it because I enjoy the challenge, and even though I might eventually even get fed up and just quit it, which doesn't always happen, but I will like the challenge and I don't mind if I die and lose. Somewhat, you feel me? I don't know. So basically, that is my reasoning. I am not good at the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I enjoy it for its fun. I like playing cheaper anti-meta decks because, one, it seems more feasible that I will play that deck, and that I like it that it doesn't just beat everything. So if I went to a tournament, full on, like YCS, I'm gonna try to win it. Yes, if I was gonna go to that, I would most likely drop the money and buy a meta deck. Purely because I would like to actually try when I would go to a tournament and compete for, the competition. But the reason why I don't like meta decks is because the things at locals and just playing online for fun is anybody else who's trying to have fun with a lower tier deck can't even have the fun because your deck just absolutely rapes. Just like Dragon Roller. I didn't really like Dragon Roller format because even if you get bored of the meta and you try to play something anti-meta, you just keep getting duels of the meta deck and it's annoying. But lately it actually hasn't been that bad. I haven't even played in fucking Cosmo or Necro's player online in fucking forever. So, yeah. One day, maybe I'll take the game in a more competition position, but like I've said in other videos, I have a lot of other hobbies. I'm not dissing people who like Yu-Gi-Oh! And saying you don't have hobbies. I'm just saying money has to be spread out. And it's hard to do that when you have a lot of hobbies. And if I put it on to Yu-Gi-Oh!, I probably wouldn't be able to do a lot of the other stuff I want. So, this might just sound like a giant excuse of why I suck, which it kind of is, but there you go. We are Yu-Gi-Oh! Are not good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Put that on, yeah? Yeah! Oh! Boom! Alright. Get a moonwalk out of here.